Hi everyone, how you doing? Hello to you. Okay, so quickly, I wanted to talk about, or I'd like to talk about, or share a few thoughts concerning something that I think is quite important. I just realized that I say that quite a bit, concerning something I think is quite important. I actually do, which is why I'm sharing it with you. Think I would have wanted to talk about it really. So, what do I want to talk about? It concerns this phrase, which you may have heard before, the winds of change. Now, what does that mean? If you look at our 21st century world, what is happening globally, there are lots of things that are going on. From the crisis, between Russia and the Ukraine, what's happening in Europe, in Africa, all over the globe. There are things happening. You hear about revolutions, uprisings, terrorism. Things are just going on, and they seem to be escalating. And it's not just things happening in countries or on continents. It's also boils down to communities, individual lives, the quality of life, right, um, between people and between communities seems to be disintegrating. The value systems are disintegrating. People are just doing all manner of crazy stuff, and you know, any sane person out there is wondering what exactly is going on. Um, Personally, I have my own ideas about that because I think that the way the world is running, because people's thoughts have continued to evolve along a particular pattern, um, we're seeing those changes in behavior from that we have continued to imbibe. These ideas are beginning to hatch. So we're just seeing all manner of things going on. But that's not really the point, right? Um, I think we're going to see more revolutions. We're going to see more things happening. And then there's going to be a change in the baton, right? Um, we're going to see handovers of systems of people who were once in the ruling class handing over the reins of power to other people, the next generation, right? Because there's this strong agitation for change, and it's happening all across the world, especially in Africa, right? And if you do your research, you discover that this continent of Africa holds the highest population of young people, and a lot of young people are dissatisfied with what is going on in their countries. They desire change, and the desire that power be responsible, and they also desire that they want to be in positions of influence and power. So we're going to see that shift. But like I said, that's not really the main focus. What is the main focus? As history teaches us, um, nothing stays the same after a revolution, right? But at the same time, there are some things that will remain the same. And one of those things, um, in my view, is the need for management of resources, right? Because this is a constant thing that has stayed throughout history. Wherever there was economic crisis, whatever it was, there was always the need for management of resources because effective management of resources is what keeps the globe turning, especially financial and economic resources. So there will always be a need for people who can manage finances, who can manage the economy, who can stabilize economies, who can maximize resources, and add value to them. So the thing is, or what I really want to bring to your attention is, yes, there seems to be a revolution, and yes, we're going to see change. But even after the change has happened, right? Even after the dust has settled, we need to position ourselves such that we're capable of effectively managing resources because like I said, resources or resource management is so critical. Countries are run based on management of resources. The world is run based on management of resources. No matter what system you go to, there's always the need to manage resources. So we need to have people who are capable enough, and knowledgeable enough on the concept or the idea or the skill of managing resources, right? And one of those things that we need to learn is the management of money, right? Because as they say, money is what makes the world go round. You can't do anything without money. We talked about money being the answer to one of the eight needs of the human heart. It gives you personal power, not just personal power. When you amplify that, nations become powerful because they have that economic grip, that economic power. You know, they're able to do things, buy weapons, etc. Right? So we need to be able to manage financial resources. Now, this is a skill, right? It's not something that you know you get poured anointing oil on your head, right? And Shazam, your rum buffet, for instance, is a skill. It's a learned skill. It's something that we need to learn. So I think we need to take time to pay attention to the subject of money, how to manage resources effectively, and how to make those resources um, amplify, right, such that we have effective returns. So for the next couple of episodes and possibly beyond, I'd like to spend some time talking to you about the subject of money, how I think we can position ourselves to be effective stewards of money and ensure that money continues to generate value in our hands so that we can pass it on to the next generation and um, and make sure that things continue to grow from there. So I come your way next time. See ya.